Did you guys read this article? I feel like how did I miss this? This is it? This is it? Okay. Okay, so next 20 years, so wow, IGN interview with John Haidt, new movies, future games, and SOD. Let's start with the Warcraft movies. With multiple major gaming IPs finding success in multimedia, Haidt was asked if Blizzard would re-enter the arena. Guys, I've told you guys this before, and I actually feel terrible about this. I need to get this off my chest again. I've never seen the WoW movie. I've been playing WoW for 20 years. I've been playing WoW my whole life. I've been streaming WoW for over a decade now. 12 years going on 12 years. I've made thousands of World of Warcraft videos across multiple channels, streamed it almost daily, and I have not seen the Warcraft movie. Though he expressed interest in growing Warcraft through new media, he wanted to avoid Blizzard explicitly getting into the filmmaking business. Oh, wow. Okay, I was expecting, like, we're going to do a sequel. The idea would be interesting. We make games. I think that games will be our core. And so Warcraft will be centered around that. I don't want to fall in the trap of I'll be a filmmaker now. I think that's great philosophy, right? It's specialization at its core. It's like, we're going to do this great instead of spreading ourselves thin and do a lot of things not so great. We're going to say no to a lot so we can say yes to one thing and do it very well. If you guys have read the book Essentialism by Greg McKeown, he goes in depth with that topic, and I think this is awesome. I think leave that to the folks that really know what they're doing. Exactly. Yeah. If we can find talents in other areas doing media that we have shared love and passion for Warcraft, absolutely. But I think I've seen, unfortunately, some of my colleagues get enamored with the idea of becoming filmmakers, leveraging the opportunity they have in owning IP or controlling IP into filmmaking. But there are so many professionals who have been doing this for so many years. Cool. I like this answer a lot. We're not filmmakers, we're game makers, and we're going to do that well. Cool. Yeah, I don't mind that at all for Warcraft movies. Licensing Warcraft to other studios. Other gaming studios like Riot have licensed out their IP to indie studios to make more games. That's interesting. Would Blizzard ever do that? Okay. Certainly open to people who really get it and have a cool idea how to express Warcraft. If we feel aesthetically they're going to be able to hit the bar, that seems tough. Because if they don't hit the bar, then they kind of tarnish your name, you know? I think if we found the right partner in the right situation, maybe, okay. I think it'd be ideal for the partner to work with and they'd be open to it, but that's new. I'm open to it because I want to have Warcraft out there a little more than it is now. Okay, so it'd have to be like the perfect partner. To me, that sounds scary, man. Like, if you're not careful, someone could make a game that just sucks, and now there's like this bad taste in your mouth about the Warcraft IP. I don't know. It's or not. Maybe the game owns and it's awesome, but it seems really risky, like really risky. Bad idea, stigma, make an anime, true. Focusing on World of Warcraft. While Haidt is interested in expanding the WoW universe and is proud of success like Rumble and Hearthstone, his focus and home is Warcraft. Dragonflight WoW instead, and we enter World Sword Saga. Haidt wants to avoid content lulls with more consistent cadence of new activities, such as Plunderstorm, etc. Haidt talked about future plans for many events like Plunderstorm, that is seasonal and events. Like we already heard about the Mr. Pandaria one now too, so it's wild. I do think the nice thing about seasonal stuff is it gives you something to do while you're waiting for the next major patch, and that's good, I guess. If they like it, they'll inform us what to do next, whether it involves an existing system, whether it becomes part of one or both games, or whether it continues as an event. We like the notion that there are events that are seasonal in a way that come in just like we do in the seasons of WoW itself. What we're trying to build is a repertoire of fun things for the live team to be able to pull the arrows from a quiver and use them when we need to use them. If we get a point where we can see players that want a new event or engagement, we can fire up a Plunderstorm, or we can fire up some other event. Hopefully Plunder shows enough interest to where they eventually keep it to stay, but it seems as of right now, Plunderstorm is going to be one of their arrows in a quiver. They're going to take it away and then give it back to us on a new map in like 6 months, and then take it away again and then give it back to us on a new map 3 months later, and then yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm the minority, and I love Plunderstorm like way more than most people, and I would like to see it to stay, but obviously they're gonna base it on the analytics, not Xaryu, right? Season of Discovery. Haidt's embrace of the unconventional extends beyond Dragonflight with classic Season of Discovery. While it's proven to be quite popular, players are wary that fun has an expiration date. I agree with this take that it's scary that fun has an expiration date, but the more games I play and the older I get, I've been realizing more that all fun pretty much has an expiration date. Like, fun is finite until you move on to something new, right? You read a good book, eventually it's over, you know? You play with your children, eventually they grow up, you know? And like, it's really morbid. You play World of Warcraft and eventually the game comes to an end, you know? It's like really morbid, but it's very true. You have to enjoy it while it lasts. You play Elden Ring, it was a really good game, but then you beat Elden Ring and it's gone. That's why you like cry at the end of a good book. Or not cry, but like you're sad that it's over. But you have to be happy it happened, right? You flip the script and it's like, yeah, exactly. Oh, I was also thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about games that are nominated for like Game of the Year. And a lot of the times they're not games that are high on Twitch in terms of viewership. And then I was thinking, well, why is that? And then I was thinking more like most of the games that are Game of the Year are also not live service games. They aren't esports. They don't have players playing them for a very long time. And I was thinking, maybe the reason for that is a lot of gamers really enjoy putting life on hold for a weekend or two, playing through a game, and then being done with it. And having realized that it was a really fun experience and they were happy that it happened, but then they can put it behind them and move on with their life and say, yeah, that was a really good game and it's over now. And that's it. And maybe games that are live service like just don't have that appeal because people don't have the time to play live service games at large like they used to. And like players at large just want games to play through, have a really fun experience, and then be done. I'm such an opposite gamer to that. Like, I've always been the gamer that I want to play one game forever and ever, right? That's why I'm a WoW gamer. It's like, I just want to play the same game always. But I'm like learning the other side of the coin, and I think there's a lot of truth to it. Anyway, let's keep going. I think it's going to be things that will repeat, and then there are things that will evolve. I can't tell you that turned out because we're still seeing how players are responding to it. What they're telling us, like that may be one of those things that we evolve with a new incarnation of it, or maybe we repeat the cycle. What was fun about it is the classic team itself had really involved players. They love supporting and playing their game. You can tell the passion is there. So these ideas for both hardcore and SOD came out from the dev team. Yeah, and we turned them loose. Good for you guys. We were like, give us your pitches, tell us things, and let's do it. Like, yeah, good for you guys. Yeah, you can tell the passion's there. You can tell it's player first. It's awesome. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is another great example. You play Baldur's Gate 3, you have a good time. If you go to Twitch right now, twitch.tv, you go to browse games, like, yeah, it's not gonna really be anywhere. Baldur's Gate 3. Like, no one's playing Baldur's Gate, right? But it was Game of the Year. It's a really good game. People really loved it, but it's one of those things that you play and you set down, right? And I think people actually like that because it respects their time. They play through the game, they have a good time, and then they stop playing the game, and then that's pretty much it, right? And I think live service games, it's tricky because you play it for a month and quit and then say, oh, the game sucked. As a final follow-up, IGN asked WoW if WoW can sustain the franchise in the long term. Height says yes for another 20 years and beyond. But to do it, it'll need to adapt, citing examples of how Blizzard has been more conscious of players' time. And exactly, we were just talking about that, implementing features like character boosting services to help players get in, find the fun, and find their friends. Ooh, yeah, it's gonna be a tricky one. I wonder, like, I had the take the other day on a video saying like WoW is generational. I wonder if when our generation retires from the workforce, so when all of us, say 30-year-olds in like 30 years from now all retire, or like 40 years from now, however long, 35 years, if they're all just going to be in retirement homes playing WoW, and WoW is going to see a massive resurgence in like 2055 or something, Yeah, and then we're all back, and we're all playing like classic or something. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. Returning players is one of our biggest segments. They may sit out an entire expansion. They might have been gone for 5 years, but they like to come back in. Yeah, it's kind of back to the old thing. Once you play WoW, you can never quit, you know? It's like you're kind of always there to some degree.